you guys? Welcome to the channel where we make StarCraft into one of the most epic ways to play, win, and get reactions from people. Like this. And this. So are you ready? Let's do it, guys. What's going on, you guys? Hope you guys are well. So today we've got a game where I'm finally able to do a MC, so mind control on Zerg, and I'm gonna combine it with a bunch of units to show you guys a pretty fun time. I know we haven't had a chance to do this, and it's actually really hard, guys. It's super hard to be able to do mind control, especially when you're playing a game that's like, you know, skill levels that's above average. So I say this game was probably around just hovering just below good, like they're maybe just up to good and then kind of hovering below. So these guys, I'd say like the game level is probably around there. So even at that level, it's really hard for me to do it, and the reason is because there's probably like 3 or 4 different reasons. One, I'd say, is that you know, somebody dies, either somebody on your team or somebody on their team, and they die. Or secondly, you know, somebody suspects that you're doing a troll and they're going to leave the game as well too. And then third, I think you know, sometimes your troll could actually fail, and I've had that happen before as well too. So there's a lot of different factors, right, guys? And so I hope you guys kind of appreciate a lot of effort that goes into this, and it's not easy. It's not easy to set it up because I have to play in a certain way where you know, I make them think that they're winning and that there's not much going on our team, so that they're motivated, so that they think that there's a winning chance for them, right? So I'll show you guys what that looks like in a little bit. So anyways, guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, definitely check out all the content. This channel is all about epic troll plays, plays to get reactions from people, plays where you don't get to actually do it you know, in your typical standard 2 vs 2s, 3 vs 3s pub games, and especially inner games as well too, where it's more competitive. And so, you know, for me, for my sake, I mean, I've been playing this game for like 25 years. I've pretty much done everything, and so the whole point of playing this game now for me is, you know, how can I have the most epic fun and at the same time have a really good game with at the minimum, I'd say, above average players. So yeah, guys, welcome to the channel. And for those of you that have been around, I mean, this is just more of you guys witnessing some of the most creative ways you can play and get reactions from people. So yeah, guys. All right, guys. So I'm in Coca-Cola. For those of you that are new, I'm not him. I'll put a pop-up note just to remind you guys. I think I have to keep doing that so that people know, because I don't want people to mistake me for him. And the reason why I'm again in Coca-Cola is because I'm smurfing, and I want people to get a certain reaction when they lose or when they're battling me, because they're gonna think that, you know, I'm a certain player, and I'm going to play a certain way as well too, right? So that's why. All right, guys, on my team I've got red. This is a pub game, guys. I actually joined a game, and yellow and green are friends, and I think blue here is solo. I think he's a smurf. I think he followed me. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he's a smurf, just the way he's playing and what he wanted to do during this game. So I'm suspecting that. So I'd say, like, yeah, like, you know, this is the favor should be so the advantage should actually be on the home team here. So they're all friends, they know each other and whatnot. So I'm playing with pink Predator. He's probably just hovering around above average and just below good. I'd say that's kind of the game level. Red, I've never played with him before, but he's actually pretty decent in this game, so thank God. And I'd say he's probably about the same level as well too. So yeah, we're Protoss all on our team, on the away team, and their team, they've got Protoss, and Zerg. So typically this kind of a matchup is really fun because there's no Terran. I don't have to worry about too much. So it's super fun. So I opened up with a wall, guys. I've got 1 cannon. I put a probe in here because that's a gap for lings to come in, and then I spent the rest of my money, and we're gonna do a slow cannon creep rush over into 6 here, and the whole point of this is not to kill him. I don't want to kill him. I actually just want to put time behind him. So as you guys know, with troll plays, if you're new, it's really about just putting time behind them, making them really behind, losing minerals, losing economy. But I don't want to kill them because if I kill them, then they're gonna leave, and there's no game, there's no troll game, right? So I look back at my base and I see that they're trying to do a counter on me. The funny thing is I don't even have much, but thank God Red was actually nearby, so he could actually come up to help. But if they actually attacked me, I could have died here. But good thing I actually made some cannons already, because I was suspecting that Zerg was making fast Mutalisks off of one hatchery, but he didn't. So even if they had come in, I could have been behind, but I would have survived, because I did have cannons here, so I definitely would have made forge and just block myself up here. So back down at 6. Looks like green is losing this fight, guys. So yeah, he's struggling here, and his allies are not helping him. And I think green is friends with yellow as well too. So it's kind of funny that he's not helping him here. So he's got 1 cannon, but I made 4, so it's 4 against 1 cannon. So he's not going to win that. They're making a counter on red, so that's a pretty good move, because red didn't have too much here. So I guess at this point it's kind of a trade here. So I unfortunately would have to kill green, but still, if I could just take out his nexus and take out a ton of probes, I'd still do that, because I still want to put the I want to give them the advantage as well too. So yeah, it looks like red is gonna die here pretty soon, so I told pink to just to go help him, because I think green is gonna die pretty soon here, so we don't need any more focus on green. And then I was suspecting that Zerg was going to go Mutas, but he didn't. So I was a little shocked and surprised there. So, and I was also surprised that green left. Maybe green was pretty upset with his buddy here for not coming to help him. So he just left, because he could have stayed. He had money. I suspected that he had money as well too. So he could have definitely ran to 3, but I think he was upset at his buddy here for not helping him. I think we've all been there, guys, right? Like, you know, you get upset at your friends for not helping you and trading you for somebody else. So I think that could have been what happened here. So I was actually playing pretty safe this game. I don't think I needed to, but I was playing safe because I was thinking that Zerg was going to be a bit better than he was. Yeah, so I didn't actually need to, you know, make sure I got enough cannons. I didn't need to tech slowly. I didn't need to make so many Corsairs and whatnot, but I wanted to play safe, because I guess for me it's so fragile to be able to get a good troll game, and especially if I'm at 12 and 11, it's very rare that I get that opportunity, because when you're at 12 and 11, you know, you can get a lot of bases pretty quick and pretty easily, especially if I sealed up my base like this, and so that was the whole point here. So, and I didn't want to lose that, right? Because again, the opportunity is very rare. So yeah, I look at the map and I see that yellow's pretty active. He's running all over the place, and I think it could be because he is feeling a little bit confident, because he sees that I'm turtling up. He sees that pink's kind of alone right now as well too, and he probably thinks that he's pretty good as well, because he may think that Inca Cola is not on the same level as him, right? So Zerg here, I did go up to check, so I did see that he had a lair, so I was thinking like, okay, he's gonna go Mutalisks, but I'm looking at the timing and I'm like, okay, Mutalisks haven't come out yet, so what is he doing? So he could be either faking into Mutas later, or he could be making mass Hydralisks. So I'm thinking it's one of the two, but probably leaning more towards Hydralisks here. So at this point I'm like, okay, I'll probably make a Robo and get Reavers, and I don't need to get shuttles yet. I just need to get a Reaver just behind my wall in case if he surprises me with Hydralisks and breaks my wall, and then yellow will come up as well too. So that's what I did there. So I just made one Stargate first, and I'm just going to use the Corsairs to scout. This is a typical standard move in non-money plays, like if you're playing like if you're playing 1v1s on non-money, and it's a PvZ, you know, players will typically make a Stargate and they'll use the first Corsair to go scout. So I'm going to use that to go scout just to see what he's got here, and I'm looking at his base, and he doesn't have too much. So I was playing pretty safe, as you guys can see here. Like, I didn't need to make this many cannons. I could have definitely made the cannons here. I could have used that money and made a Nexus instead. But I looked at his base and I'm like, okay, he doesn't have too much. He's switched into Hive, so it could be because he's thinking that he needs to get Devours, because he wants to stop my Corsairs, and maybe he wants to get Hydralisks as well too. That could be why. So I'm thinking, okay, if that's gonna happen, then I need to make a bunch of Corsairs, go in there and harass him, wipe out the Mutalisks, and kill all the Overlords. And the reason is because that will actually put him behind, and it'll stop him from getting Devours as quickly as he would want to. So that's kind of the game plan here that I wanted to do. Then I finally got my Nexus. To be honest, I don't think I needed to. I could have got my Nexus, my second Nexus at the natural here, probably about like 3 or 4 minutes earlier, but I was playing really safe this game. So yeah, so the Reaver can come out. I'm gonna put the Reaver just behind the cannon right here, and I'm gonna go do some harassments here, and it looks like, okay, so he does have scourges, and he does have Mutalisks. So so he's chasing it, so I'm just gonna run it. I don't need to fight it, guys, at this point. So I'm just gonna run it, and I'm not gonna fight that until I have at least 9 Corsairs. 9 seems to be like the magic number, just when you're starting off around this kind of timing during the game. Anything later than this, you should probably have 12 Corsairs and up, and stack them, because that will help kill a lot of Mutalisks. So I'm thinking that Zerg's probably expanding and whatnot and doing a ton of stuff. I don't want to go and end the game at this point, like, because if I go and harass him right now, like, he's gonna lose a ton. He's going to lose a ton of units. His economy is going to be behind as well too, and I'm kind of scared. So it's a very delicate balance. So if you guys are new to like trolling and whatnot, like, it may look so much easier in front of you know, the screen when you're watching it, but it's actually really hard to do, because there's a fine balance between making sure that you know, you're ahead, but they're also still pretty motivated. So I kind of want to put the the favor leaning more towards their side, so that again, they're more inclined to stay. So I'm gonna go and kill those Mutalisks, because I don't want him to turn those into devourers. But then I saw that he didn't make a Great Aspire, so it's kind of like, okay, what is this guy doing? I'm kind of confused, right? Typically that's what a good Zerg player would do, but I guess maybe he's not as good as I expected. So that was kind of odd. So yeah, I just killed Overlords just to kind of put some time behind him, and then he's probably going to switch into Hydralisk at this point, because he's thinking that there's no way that he can fight Mutalisks. So Yellow sent in some goons, and that's kind of typical. Though you'll see that the Protoss ally will send goons in just to help against Corsairs, and then looks like Yellow sealed off Pink and Red because he wants to expand and whatnot. So and then at 11 o'clock, guys, I got my expansion at 11 o'clock now as well too. So we're gonna go into a pretty good macro play here, and I got a ton of stuff. And I know you guys have been wanting to see like mind control and tons of units and whatnot, and so apologize for not getting that a lot sooner. It's actually really hard to do that. I've tried it a few times now. This is probably my third time trying, and a lot of times people end up just leaving and the game ends like very prematurely. And so I was really trying to savor and preserve this game as much as possible, and you guys will see what I'm going to do later, what I tell Red and Pink to do, so that they're not going to attack. In fact, like right now, guys, like I'm not going to go and harass. I could go and do some harasses with the Reaver, and I should have Disruption Web pretty soon as well too. I could go and do some harassments on Yellow, but I know that Yellow's kind of doing a 2 versus 1 or a 1 versus 1.5 right now. So if I kill probes from him right now, he's gonna think like, oh shit, I'm behind, and so like there's no more point, and Zerg is not that great right now either. So what I'd rather do in terms of timing and kind of the math of the number of units on the map is, once they actually have a ton of expansions up, then I'll go attack, because when I attack them, then they have at least a fallback plan. They're thinking like, okay, well, I still have a ton of hatcheries and buildings and bases around the map, so that even if I lose some units, I can still recover. But right now, like, they don't have much to fall back on, right? So they don't feel as confident. So yeah, that's what's going on here, guys. So the game could look a little bit boring, so I apologize. But if you truly want to see like mind control leading up to it, you know, there's got to be a lot of development that happens and takes place in between. And for me to even get that drone from Zerg, it's actually really hard. So I actually failed once here because I forgot to Disruption Web the other 2 Sunkens, but you guys will see it soon, so I'll show you. So there's a lot of different factors, guys, so please, I hope you guys like enjoy this at the very least, just to even be able to get you know, 100 Mutalisks and 50 scouts. It's really hard to do that. So yeah, guys. Alright, so I'm gonna do some harasses on Zerg here, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, there's enough time that I've given them to macro up, so maybe I'll just go do a little bit of harassments here on them. And he didn't have too many drones at 3, so I was kind of disappointed here. I was hoping that there'd be much more for me to attack and kill, but he didn't have too much. So I'm like, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna run to Yellow now and attack that as well. But I was totally asleep here because I was distracted at doing something else, and he killed my Reaver there. So that was pretty embarrassing. But it's okay. So I run back, but you know what, at the very least, like, even if I had attacked something, like, there wasn't much to attack anyway, so maybe that's a good thing that got killed, so so that he's still in the game. Because I'm looking around the map, I'm like, oh, I'm curious, because he didn't have too much at 5, right? I was suspecting, like, okay, like arbiters, like maybe like 8 more gateways, but he didn't have too much, so maybe like they're really focused, like yellow's really focused on trying to contain pink and red so that he doesn't have too much going on here. And then Zerg is now switching into Hydralisk, which I'm pretty certain he's doing that. Yellow's also getting a second natural as well too. So yeah, I'm like, okay, that's good. Let's let them keep macroing up so that they feel more confident, and that they'll stay in the game. So I'm making as well too some high Templars, and then I'm gonna make mass scouts now because I've got tons of money. I didn't actually even do that much storm drops this game because I saw that they didn't have too much, so it's a bit disappointing because I love storm drop, right guys? Excuse me, I love storm drop. To be able to do that on players like consistently, like it's I just love getting reactions. So I'll go do a little bit more harassments here just on Zerg, distraction web some of those spores there. I did kill a bunch of Overlords before as well too, so Zerg is definitely behind. I think I killed so far maybe like 15-16 Overlords, so he definitely he definitely looks a lot more behind than he should be. So yeah, maybe that's a good thing, just to kind of slow the pace a little bit here, but good thing he didn't leave, and that's most important. So finally got the Dark Archon, guys. I'm going to use that to fly it into 3, because 3 is probably a bit more safe than 1 o'clock to get the drone. So I'll use that in a little bit here to get our drone, our hero drone. And I don't need too much. I just need like maybe like 3 Corsairs with the disruption web, because if I bring too much, it's going to show up on the map on the radar, and so they're going to be like, okay, what's going on? They'll get suspicious. But I also have to wait at the right time. So to actually get this drone, guys, like there's a lot more like diligence that I've got to put in. So I'm gonna go make a distraction at 1 o'clock, so he's thinking that he's fighting 3 scouts, and then I'm gonna go and actually do the covert mission and actually get that drone at 3 o'clock. So we're gonna distract him at 1 and then attempt to get the drone at 3. So yeah, I'll do that in a little bit here, guys. So got the expansion up, so I mean we're in full mode here in terms of economy, guys, so I'm pretty rich, but I do have to spend a ton of my money. Even though I'm rich, I only have like 300 minerals, and the reason is because I'm spending a ton of it on on cannons, and we want to make sure we get enough here, because at this point Zerg's definitely going to want to do some drops on me, and so at this point of the game, like, it's pretty late. It is 17 minutes, so this is kind of a late game now. We've definitely passed the midpoint during I think a standard game, but because I think of the way that I set up this game, it almost feels like we're still in the mid game point, but I think we're definitely past it right now. So alright, so we got the Dark Archon here inside the shuttle. We got 3 Corsairs as well, and then I'm gonna go find just 3 scouts. I don't want to use too much. I just want to use 3, because if I bring like more than like 9, he's gonna think that I'm trolling. So it's very sensitive, guys. There's a lot of like consideration and diligence that has to be put into it. So I'm kind of walking you guys through behind the scenes of what it actually takes to do a troll play here. So it's almost like you're making a movie, guys. Like yeah, so I have to I mean, aside from actually doing the play, making the actual content, I have to go obviously do these voiceovers for you guys to kind of like comment, kind of direct you guys into what happened and whatnot, and then I actually have to edit them as well too. So yeah, there's a lot of things that gets that gets put into these videos. So hopefully you guys get to enjoy it. I really do, because they are pretty fun. All right, so we're gonna do that distraction at 1 o'clock here. So we got just 3 scouts. So he's probably thinking like, what the fuck, like what is this? So while he's distracted, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna disruption web that sunk in. I'm gonna fly the shuttle over first, and then I'm gonna MC the drone. But when I MC'd the drone, it got stuck. It got stuck between the mineral, because it was hopping, because it was trying to gather minerals, and then I didn't see that there was 2 more sunken. So I was so upset. I'm like, oh my god, like I didn't want him to see that, right? So he probably saw it. I'm thinking he might have saw it, so he's probably thinking like, what the fuck is this guy doing, right? So embarrassingly enough, I ran away. with nothing to come home and show up with. So I'm like, that was a pretty big fail there. So I'm like, okay, we'll have to do that again a second time here. And so it's kind of delaying the whole troll process here more than it should be, guys. So that is a little bit funny for me to even witness and see. So I mean, at this point, like, I'm almost max. I'm pretty max at this point. Like, you know, my money's climbing. I don't have anything else to get at this point because I just want to make like 50 scouts and a ton of Mutalisks for you guys to kind of witness what that looks like, to be able to use that on you know, good players, because it's really rare. It's really rare you get to see this. Like, you probably get to do this on, like, you know, average players or even like super noobs, but to be able to do this on like just good players, it's very rare to do that. So yeah, and again, like, these guys aren't super good or anything. Like, I wouldn't compete with these guys in like an inner. You know, I think when you play at an inner level, it's very different. Like, the game is super fast paced. I do a ton of harassment and pressuring, which you guys have seen on a few videos, but I'm chilling it because for the sake of wanting to get the mind control from Zerg here. So Zerg actually did a drop, so I'm like, okay, thank God he did something, so that Yellow's gonna feel a bit more confident, and he feels like he did something, because this is part of the give and take. So I want to make sure that Zerg feels a little bit confident and happy here. So I was really glad that he attacked those cannons and killed them. So I only used 12 scouts as well. I didn't want to use all of them, because if I used all of them, he probably would have left. So yeah, so I remade all of those cannons there, and then Yellow is also doing a recall on me as well too. So I brought over the rest of my scouts, and as well too, I did some disruption web, and so we'll take those out pretty easily here. So he probably actually tried to recall 11 first, but then he saw that there was too many cannons, so so that's why he went for the natural there. So alright, so he's probably thinking like, yeah, this guy's a noob, like, he's only making scouts, I can definitely kill him. So I was wondering, like, what is he gonna make next? Typically what players will do, guys, is they're probably gonna make arbiters and get stasis and whatnot, but then I saw that he's making carriers, so I'm kind of like, okay, that's great. That's good that he's making carriers, because that will give him a bit more confidence, and he does have like a lot of stuff on the map, so hopefully he's gonna stay in the game here for us, guys. So Pink is doing a recall. I was really concerned here. I was like, oh my god, like, don't kill him. I really don't want him to die. So this always makes me really nervous when my allies do stuff that isn't part of the plan, because it really interrupts the troll play that we're trying to do here. So it's funny because I'm actually more nervous about what my team is doing versus what the away team is doing. So so he's doing some attacks here. He's trying to take out I guess that natural there, but he didn't upgrade his carrier, so that's why his interceptors are dying a lot here. I think he told Zerg to also go and attack as well too. So so at this point, like, I didn't want to help them, because I'm like, you guys can handle this on your own. Like, you guys have a lot on the map, so yeah, so like, they can definitely handle this. And I think Pink did upgrade as well too. So so yeah, so they're definitely ahead, but both my allies were pretty like nervous. They're thinking like, why is like Olive not doing anything, and they actually wanted me to go do something, but I said, don't worry, you guys got it. So they're probably a bit confused as to like what I'm doing and like, why am I not doing anything here. So yeah, so if you guys ever come across and play with me, it's gonna look pretty weird, because you're probably like, is he wanting to backstab us or something? But no, guys, like, it's part of the troll play, and these guys got to witness this first, like, front row seats as to, you know, what a troll game looks like. So yeah, I'm talking about my allies here. So so yeah. Alright, so I was able to get that drone, guys. So I actually went in there, I disruption webbed, sorry, I missed that for you guys, but that looked pretty funny. So I actually disruption webbed these two Sunkens and that one as well too. And then I went from the side over here, and I just got the one drone that was getting the gas here. So it was a lot easier that way. So I was able to get that one drone, and I made the hatchery right away. So thank God. I mean, we're behind like another like 5 minutes, but yeah, guys, so we finally got that hatchery there. So that we finally got that hero drone. Alright, so I told them to go back, because I didn't want them to go and attack, because I knew that they're winning, and I'm like, guys, just go back. So they're like, why do you want us to go back? I'm confused. I told them this because I'm doing a video for YouTube, and they're like, okay, interesting. I thought I would have to convince them more, but thank God I didn't. So they were like, okay, cool, I like your style. I'm like, thank God. So I told them, like, guys, you'll like it, I'll give you guys a shout out, check out my YouTube channel as well too. It's, if you like troll plays, like, it's super fun. So they're like, cool, all right. So they were just chilling as well. Predator, he knows me, I think, so he probably knows like what I'm up to, what I'm doing. So but I'm not friends with any of these guys, so yeah, good thing they're just chilling now. So again, it's really hard to get players that are willing to just chill as well too, right guys? Like, they have to kind of be in it with you, right? And whatnot. So yeah, it's really difficult to get these troll plays. So all right, so we're getting our hatchery, finally getting that hatchery there, so we can make a ton of drones and whatnot. And then I saw that there were lings at 9 o'clock. I was actually gonna go and take 9 o'clock as well, but I saw that there were lings there, so I'm kind of like, man, if I kill those lings, he's gonna see that there's a ton of cannons and I'm making an expo, and so Yellow's gonna see that and Yellow's gonna want to leave. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it, for this game I'm not gonna even take 9 o'clock. I don't need it. It'd be nice to, but I don't need it. It'd be nice to have that base for Zerg, but that's okay. I'll just make it look like I'm really noob. So they're doing an attack at 6 o'clock, and I'm kind of like, thank God. Sweet. This is good. I want them to do some attacks here, so that at least the economy from red is going to be taken away, and the math on the map is going to be in their favor a little bit more. Pink is getting a little bit nervous. I'm like, no guys, you're not going to lose. Like, don't worry about it. Like, if you look at the number of units as well too, like, they've got tons there. And Pink has upgrades, so like, they've got nothing to worry about. I mean, if I wasn't in the game, they could win this. They honestly could win this if they just played it right? So okay guys, we got the pool down. We got the hatchery as well, the second hatchery, and I'm gonna make a ton of hatcheries. If you guys ever play with mind control, the first thing you gotta do is get your text down first. So make sure you get your pool, and then make your second larva, make sure you get overlords, and then your third larva get drones from then onwards, and just keep making hatcheries. Like, you don't need to go and use those drones to mine. Like, you know, you have probes that are already doing that, so just keep using your drones and keep making more and more hatcheries, and that's how you scale up your macro really quick. So okay, so looks like they're gathering up for another attack. So Zerg's kind of switching it up. He's gonna do swarm and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, thank God. Like, that's good. Do something here, because I want them to feel like they're winning. And I think at this point, like, you know, they both have hatchery, they both have expansions, and so they probably feel a little bit more at ease. So, and something that's funny, guys, is what I witnessed is that a lot of BGH players, and even like I think non-money players as well too, because the culture is built up around, like, I think the 10 to just under 20 minutes mark. A lot of people that play a game that's beyond that, they typically don't know how to play those games, because they're not used to playing long games, having so many bases, having so many gateways, having so many units on the map, and having to use like advanced units from each races. And so you can kind of see that they start to get sloppy and they get tired, because they kind of like, I don't play a game this late. And it's kind of unfortunate, because like it's really fun, but at the same time, like, you know, sometimes when you are playing a good player, the game does end up being that long, and so if you don't have that skill set or that experience, you know, you could definitely lose. So I think I learned that from playing fastest. I used to play only, obviously, non-money at some point, and then I switched over to BGH a little bit, and then I dabbled with fastest quite a bit, and I learned that if you don't have macro long game, like, you could definitely lose. So combining those skill sets with, you know, non-money, BGH, and fastest, you know, it makes you a pretty good player. So yeah, definitely try those 3 types of games out, and then obviously, you know, playing micro challenges as well too. So yeah, you're kind of witnessing this right now, because I think these guys aren't as used to playing long games, so they're not they're not as comfortable. And I don't know if you guys can sense it, but I look at this and I can sense that, yeah, these guys definitely don't play long games, because we're almost at like 30 minutes here, guys. So these guys are, yeah, these guys are probably, you know, probably learning this as well too. And like, I haven't even attacked, guys. I haven't even done anything. So I'm just making hatcheries. I'm just chilling. Like, the whole time I've just been talking to you guys. So yeah, like, you can sort of see, like, it's pretty much like a Tiers 2, like, this whole game, for yellow, blue, and pink and red here. So yeah, I mean, they've got tons of money. There's so many things they could do, honestly. Like, they could be making like storm drops, recalls, getting more carriers and attacking different places rather than like just attacking the same places, and doing drops. Like, if you do drops plus carriers, like if you're going to do mass carriers and you get like, let's say 10, if you tell your Zerg partner to drop like, you know, 12 overlords with like, I don't know, like 80, 90 lings with interceptors is so strong. Like, if you guys ever do that, like, it's so strong. So yeah, definitely try that out. All right, guys, back at 11, we've got probably like 12 hatcheries now. So yeah, so things are kind of in full motion. I got the spires down as well too. I'm getting 3, 1 for the greater spire and then 2 for the upgrade. So I got the upgrade started already. I'm gonna just rally all my overlords over there, and I'm gonna rally all of my Mutalisks to the other side. So yellow and blue, I think they kind of forgot that I'm in the game, or maybe they're thinking that I am in the game and helping them. But they're just like doing a service too, so it's kind of funny. I look at the map and I'm seeing that they're making some progress here. The away team's making some progress because they're attacking at 6 o'clock and then they're countering the front as well too. So I'm like, good, this is what we need, this is what we want. Yellow needs to make more carriers. If we had carriers combined with those lings, like I said, like they would do a ton of damage here. So I want these guys to feel like they're gonna win. But yeah, they need to make more. Because, you know, if you do a troll play on a team that's thinking they're about to win, that you know, it just looks much better, right? So I'm trying to give pink and red here some motivation. So I said, you guys are doing great. They're probably a bit annoyed because they're like, yeah, you're not doing shit, you're not even helping us. So, and then red's kind of concerned. He's like, you better not backstab us later. He doesn't know me, right? So I'm sure like that's probably what I would think too if I was in their team. So, because I haven't done shit, I haven't done anything. So all right, guys, we got the Mutalisks down. I think we're almost there with Zerg. Just a few more, and we should be able to go and do that. So Red's asking me for my channel as proof because he wants to know that I am actually doing this for YouTube and not going to backstab them. So I gave them the channel name, so hopefully he's going to check it out later, because I feel like he loves troll plays as well too. That's why he's cooperating with me here. Alright, so we got tons of Mutalisks, guys, and we've got just shy of 50 scouts as well. So I'm debating about like, where should I go attack? Like, should I go attack their main bases or should I go attack the middle? And I'm thinking middle is probably better because middle seems to be more of a challenge. So when you kind of do a troll play in somebody, you kind of pick the most challenging spot. So that's probably where I'm thinking. I'm still debating, but I'm thinking that's probably where I'm going to go and kind of reveal these 100 Mutalisks for them. I'm going to squeeze in a storm drop as well too. Unfortunately, I was only able to squeeze one because yellow had a ton of cannons, and even though I had 3 Corsairs, it wasn't enough. So by the time I reached his nexus, he even had like goons there, so I was only able to drop 1 Templar there. So that's unfortunate, but I'll do another one here just in case, because you gotta squeeze in a storm drop, right, guys? Like, storm drops are fun. So I'm gonna do another one before I actually go and just reveal the finale here for you guys. So all right, I wish they had more units. I wish they had like more Hydralisks, more stuff going on, and kind of killing red and pink too. But I can start to feel that they're a bit fatigued. They're not used to playing a game that's like half an hour here. So alright, so we're going to do the storm drop, and then I'm going to do the finale for you guys. So picked up the storm drop here, and I just want to go and storm drop yellow. So it's funny because yellow probably thinks that, you know, he's pretty good because he probably plays with friends. He's always hosting a game, and a lot of people they tend to not ban noobs, which I kind of find annoying, because for me, like, I always like to play players that are minimum at the very least like above average, but typically like I'll try to make sure and filter and get like good players at least, because it's just more entertaining. But I find a lot of players, like, they just kind of play like pubs and they never ban noobs and whatnot, and so when they play like people like myself, they're not used to the pace, they're not used to the trolls, they're not used to the harassments. And if you look at 5 here, like, he's getting storm dropped like a ton, and you can clearly see that he doesn't get storm dropped much. That's why he's not even moving all of his probes. So I just did that just for you guys. I didn't even need to do it, but I just did it for you guys. Looking at middle, I'm like, damn, there's a ton of units there. Okay, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's a good time to go and attack them. So all right, so it's about time to do the finale, guys, for you guys. So here you go. You guys can witness this. It's not being done on noobs, but it's being done on players that just are just hovering just below good. So you guys get to witness just some juicy fun here. So all right, so some Hydras are coming down as well too, so that's good. Let's do this, guys. Let's bring all the units, everything we've got, combine them together. It's kind of cool to kind of see like scouts with Mutalisks as well. So I'm seeing that there's defilers, so I'm like, okay, let me target those first here, and I'm just gonna run them in, run all the Mutalisks in, just hover all around. I'm gonna target that pylon there because there's only one pylon. I'll take out a ton of cannons like that. And then right now I'm thinking, they're probably thinking like, what the fuck? When did this happen? Oh man, it's so fun to see this. I wish there was a quicker way to do mind control. Like, it's so hard. And then Yellow's bringing up some, he's bringing up some arbiters. He's doing some stasis as well too. So he's probably like, okay, like what the fuck? Who does this guy think he is doing mind control on us? Because typically if I saw this, I would leave. But Yellow's not leaving, guys. Yellow wants, he's pretty confident with his skill level, so he's thinking like, and his game right now, so he's thinking like, no, I'm gonna stay in this game and see if I can at least do something here. And Zerg's just like, no, fuck it, we lost this. He's like, I'm out. So Yellow's out too. Oh man. Alright, there you have it, guys. The game's not that exciting to me, but I know that there's some of you that wants to witness like mind control, so that's what I'm doing here. I wish they were a bit better, so that we can do some more fun plays using all these units together. But now you guys kind of see like what behind the scenes looks like when you're doing mine, like troll plays, because I'm kind of walking you guys through the troll and what I have to do and whatnot. So but yeah, guys, I want to give a shout out to definitely Red, SCN and Whiskey. I actually love Whiskey, and then Predator as well too, for being part of this and just cooperating with me. So so yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed just kind of the development of the game. As always, drop a comment, tell me what you guys think, tell me what other ideas you guys have as well too. And again, for you guys that are new to the channel, definitely, you know, check out more content. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, please do. Definitely helps me a ton. And for those of you that have, thanks a ton, guys. I love your support and whatnot. And so guys, I will look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.